You keep yourself small on purpose. Your system believes authenticity is dangerous. And every time you censor yourself, the gap inside you widens. This is not humility. If you stopped editing yourself right now, what would you risk losing? You felt the fracture begin in the last episode. The suspicion that the personality you defend might not be entirely yours. Now we move beneath that structure. The mask was not the root. Fierce. You are afraid of being real. Not dramatic. Not chaotic. Real means unfiltered preference. Real means visible emotion. Real means disagreement without apology. Real means presence without rehearsal. And your body reacts to that idea like it is a threat. Notice it. Subtle tightening. Slight hesitation. Micro-calculations before you speak. That reaction is not personality. It is protection. Somewhere in your early development, being authentic cost you connection. You expressed something raw. It was dismissed, corrected, laughed at, ignored. It did not need to be traumatic. It only needed to sting. Your nervous system stored the equation. Authenticity equals risk. Pattern interrupt. Right now, remember a moment when you said what you truly thought and felt immediate tension in the room. Feel that memory. Your body remembers before your mind does. That is why awareness alone does not free you. Fear of being real is not intellectual. It is somatic. Your system anticipates rejection before it happens. So you prevent it. You soften opinions. You delay boundaries. You hide intensity. You adjust tone. You laugh to dissolve seriousness. You call it being adaptable. But adaptability driven by fear becomes self-erasure. And self-erasure slowly disconnects you from your own signal. This is the mechanism. Every time you suppress authenticity, your brain rewards you with temporary relief. No conflict, no confrontation, no visible rejection. Relief reinforces avoidance. Avoidance reinforces fear. Fear reinforces the mask. This loop strengthens silently. You may even believe you prefer being neutral. You may describe yourself as easygoing. You may pride yourself on being low maintenance. But ask yourself something uncomfortable. If someone consistently ignored your preferences because you rarely state them, is that peace or invisibility? There is a difference. Pattern interrupt. Close your eyes for 3 seconds. Imagine stating a clear boundary without explanation. Notice the anxiety spike. That spike is not weakness. It is conditioning. When you repeatedly choose safety over authenticity, you teach your system that authenticity is unsafe. Over time, you begin doubting your internal impulses. You hesitate before speaking. You overanalyze simple decisions. You second-guess emotional reactions. Self-trust weakens. Without self-trust, identity becomes unstable. You look outward for cues. You mirror personalities around you. You shift tone depending on the audience. This shape-shifting feels strategic, but underneath, it creates fragmentation. Different rooms require different versions of you. Different relationships activate different masks. At some point, you forget which version is closest to your core. That confusion is not random. It is the result of chronic self-editing. The more you monitor yourself, the more disconnected you become from spontaneous presence. Spontaneity feels dangerous, because spontaneity cannot be controlled. Control has been your safety mechanism. You believe if you manage perception carefully enough, you can prevent abandonment. But perception management is exhausting. Every conversation becomes a performance. Every disagreement becomes a calculated risk. Every silence becomes something to fix. You are not afraid of speaking. You are afraid of the consequences of being fully seen. And being fully seen requires surrendering control. That is the part you avoid. If you are real, someone might disagree. If you are real, someone might misunderstand. If you are real, someone might leave. So you stay edited. But there is a hidden cost. When you hide parts of yourself, you also hide them from yourself. Suppressed anger becomes unexplained irritation. Suppressed desire becomes chronic restlessness. Suppressed sadness becomes numbness. You start feeling slightly off. Not broken, just misaligned. That quiet misalignment grows. You may begin resenting people for not recognizing your depth. You may feel unseen in relationships. You may feel like no one truly understands you. But have you shown them? That question is not blame. It is exposure. Fear of being real creates invisible loneliness. People respond to the version you present. And you internally whisper, "That is not all of me." But you never allow the rest to surface. Pattern interrupt. Imagine someone responding warmly to the most honest version of you. Notice the relief. Now imagine someone rejecting it. Notice the fear. Both are possible. Your system only rehearses the second scenario. This is how fear distorts probability. It magnifies potential rejection and minimizes potential acceptance. So you choose certainty over truth. Certainty feels safer. But certainty built on concealment is fragile. A single unexpected criticism can destabilize you because it threatens the controlled image. When your image cracks, you panic. Not because you are wrong, but because you lost control. Loss of control feels like exposure. Exposure feels like danger. This is why some people overreact to small feedback. They are not reacting to the comment. They are reacting to the collapse of their managed identity. You may recognize yourself here. If you do, do not retreat. Lean in. Fear of being real also shapes your ambitions. You may pursue paths that look acceptable rather than aligned. You may avoid creative expression because visibility feels unsafe. You may silence ideas that feel unconventional. Over time, you build a life that is externally stable but internally muted. Muted lives do not feel dramatic. They feel dull. You confuse dullness with maturity. But maturity without authenticity becomes quiet resignation. Hammer this. Safety without truth is confinement. Approval without honesty is emptiness. Control without authenticity is isolation. Let those statements settle. There is a fracture moment in this process. It happens when you realize that much of your identity was shaped by avoiding discomfort rather than pursuing truth. That realization destabilizes you. You question preferences. You question humor. You question tone. You question goals. Which parts are genuinely yours? Which parts were sculpted to prevent rejection? This questioning is identity collapse at a deeper level than the last episode. You are no longer only confronting the mask. You are confronting the fear that built it. Fear does not disappear because you understand it. It must be experienced. When you begin practicing small authenticity, your body will react. Your heart rate increases. Your voice may shake. Your mind searches for escape. This is not regression. It is rewiring. Every time you remain present through that discomfort, you teach your nervous system a new equation. Authenticity does not equal annihilation, but this process involves loss. Some people prefer the edited version of you. When you change, they feel unsettled. They may accuse you of being different. You are different. You are less controlled. That threatens dynamics built on predictability. Not everyone will adjust. This is filtration. Real connection tolerates difference. Conditional connection demands compliance. When you stop complying automatically, you reveal which is which. That can feel lonely at first, because the familiar mask created predictable responses. Authenticity creates uncertainty. Uncertainty feels unstable. But instability is not always negative. Sometimes it is transition. Pattern interrupt. Right now, ask yourself one direct question. If I were not afraid of being real, what would I say more often? Do not answer quickly. Let the question echo. There is a truth you repeatedly swallow. You feel it before conversations end. You feel it after you agree too quickly. You feel it when you replay interactions in your mind. That is your suppressed signal. Ignoring it weakens you. Listening to it strengthens you. But listening requires courage. Not dramatic courage. Quiet courage. The courage to tolerate someone's disappointment. The courage to survive awkward silence. The courage to let someone misinterpret you without collapsing into explanation. These are small acts, but they accumulate. Over time, small acts of authenticity rebuild self-trust. Self-trust stabilizes identity. A stable identity reduces anxiety. Notice the inversion. You thought hiding reduced anxiety. In reality, hiding sustained it. Anxiety persists when you betray your own signal. Alignment reduces internal tension, but alignment may increase external friction. This is the trade. You cannot eliminate friction entirely. You can only choose where it exists. Internal friction from suppression, or external friction from honesty. Most people choose internal friction because it is invisible. You are being asked to reconsider that choice. The series continues because layers remain. Fear of being real protects something deeper. Beneath this fear is a core belief about your worth. A belief that says you must adjust to be accepted. That belief has not yet been dismantled. And until it is, fear will regenerate. You are not afraid of being real because you are weak. You are afraid because once being real felt unsafe. Now you are older, more capable, more aware. The environment may not be the same, but your internal equation still is. The next step is not louder authenticity. It is a deeper examination of the belief that made hiding logical in the first place. That belief is quieter than fear, but it is stronger, and it is still operating beneath your awareness.